Lakers, our arch rivals, our nemesis, whatever you want to call them, kind of our rivals, I would say, just because of the way that we're battling for championships. Seems like they're a lot closer to those than we are at this point. But nevertheless, the LA Lakers have
Yeah,
had a great, I would say, probably a fantastic offseason with so many players brought in. You know, the funny thing about this was that I remember a couple years back, we were making fun of Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson as kind of the front man and the GM and those guys that were brought in. Obviously, I think Magic Johnson, probably not the best GM in the world. And obviously, for that reason, he was fired. But Rob Pelinka, as a former agent of Kobe Bryant's to basically becoming the GM of the LA Lakers, he has made some fantastic moves. We're seeing moves that I can't believe that they're able to get these guys in the cap space. Seems like they're still paying Luol Deng, though, which is crazy to me to this day. Um, but
yeah, that is
nevertheless,
crazy.
the Lakers have made some great moves. I mean, right now they basically got rid of Marc Gasol. They have 10 million cap space left over from that. You know, they got Russell Westbrook. They got Horton Tucker on a team-friendly deal. They got Kendrick Nunn on a team-friendly deal. Wayne Ellington, Dwight Howard, Ken Bazemore, Carmelo Anthony, Malik Monk, Rajon Rondo, and, of course, the corpse of Luol Deng. But they basically have finessed the league into creating a situation where the Lakers right now, they're looking really good. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a team look this good going into the season since probably, I would honestly say that next year, what probably like the Heat days with LeBron James. Like I haven't yet to see a team that looked that good since then. Maybe the Warriors might be another example with Kevin Durant, but nevertheless, Tyrese, how do the Lakers keep doing it, man? What do you think it is about the Lakers right now that they're basically playing chess out here and the rest of the league is playing freaking tic tac toe?
You really want to know how? Is LeBron James? He's the one making the calls. I mean, he's saying he wants this guy, make the numbers work, get all the contract structure, whatever you got to do. I want him on the team, or I want him on the practice squad. He looks like a good person. We can have going forward. As far as the Lakers go, I have to see more. I mean, they got a lot of new guys. So we'll see, man. It's not the same team that they had, when they won the championship. I mean, it takes time to create a championship bond and as far as chemistry. So we'll see, man. Like, Westbrook's a new addition. We'll see how he co-ops with, LeBron and AD and the other guys, because the other guys are going to take a back seat now. I mean, you got three-headed monster now. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I'm not putting too much hype on the Lakers, but they do look good on paper. But again, I got to see more. I mean, is Melo going to try to be taking 15 shots now? He's in a Laker uniform and he's going to start. I mean, we have to see. I mean, that can mess up a lot of flow. We're going to have to see, man. I mean, if I was to say, oh, they're going to win it all, I wouldn't say that. Like, I wouldn't put money on it. I wouldn't put them as the favorites. I'll put the Nets before them as the favorites, or the Bucks, or the Suns. Because the Suns got Chris Paul back. They got their whole crew back. I think the Suns can beat the Lakers right now with the squad they got right now.
Dang, you're putting that on paper. You're putting that out there in the universe right now.
I listen. If I had to bet my own money on, like how I did on the Bucks, I would bet the Suns would beat the Lakers right now. Whoever they got on their team, with Wayne Ellington, the other guys they got, they would beat them. They just got more chemistry, because in this game, you got to have chemistry. It doesn't matter. We've seen that with Kyrie. We've seen that with Kyrie when we had Gordon Hayward. It doesn't matter how many talented guys you got. It has to mesh. If it doesn't mesh, once it all comes together on that court and you're in the trenches and you're going against a team like the Warriors, who got Iguodala back, who got Klay Thompson back, who won championships with the, you know what I'm saying, with the same assistant coaching staff, I got to see it to believe it. I'm not buying a lot of stock into the Lakers right now. I gotta see it to believe it, man.
I mean, my thing is that you're already, I mean, the guys that you are getting, like maybe Russell Westbrook aside, but that might be the important side. I mean, you're bringing back two guys that were part of that championship team with Rondo and Dwight Howard. Horton Tucker, again, vital part to that offense. Anthony Davis doesn't have to take so much of the load anymore. He can kind of be relaxed a little bit with Russell Westbrook now taking more of the, I would say maybe a little bit more of the offensive responsibilities in case Anthony Davis does get hurt. I think, and then just kind of protecting Anthony Davis in that matter so he doesn't get overused and, kind of relied on. I think we got another one. We have another follow, Haas Master. Shout out to Haas Master. Another
I was like, what
follow.
is that?
Another follow on the Twitch. Appreciate you for that. But when I really look at this whole situation, Tyrese, I think that this team does have chemistry. You're bringing in Carmelo, who knows LeBron James, who knows Dwight Howard, knows Anthony Davis, Rajon Rondo knows everybody on the Lakers. I think you're bringing in some great players. And I think, like I said, it does allow guys like LeBron James, Anthony Davis to not have to push 100% the whole season. Whereas, you have, some other teams that, they're getting older. I mean, maybe not Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is more injury prone, and I will admit that he's injury prone. But, LeBron James getting older can't, be running these like 40 plus minutes in a regular season game. Get Carmelo, get Horton Tucker, get Dwight Howard, get Chris Paul, Wayne Ellington being more of the shooter.
I mean, they got Kendrick Young, Malik Monk. I mean, they got some guys.
They got guys,
but then again, man, that first unit has to mesh. Like, they have a lot of talented guys. I see it. Dwight Howard, yes, but all it takes is, no chemistry, and it doesn't matter if you got Kendrick Young on the team. It doesn't matter. Like, the first 5 guys have to mesh. Like, they got to mesh, not against just poor teams, against great teams like the Suns, like the Nets. If they can't do that and beat, because it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Because Westbrook can't shoot to me. To me, you got to have a point guard that can like shoot. Because LeBron, he's not a shooter like that. I mean, he's more of a driver. Yes, he can shoot. He can hit some jumpers, but when he's going against great teams, he can't shoot, man. Like, all of his points are going to be getting fouled and going to the rack. Anthony Davis, he went cold. It has to be if he's feeling it. We're not in the bubble no more. So how are you going to get your shots? I mean, you got a point guard who's ball dominant. You got LeBron James, Anthony Davis, who still has to get his. I don't know, man. Like, something's telling me it's not going to work. I don't know what it is, but something's telling me it's not going to work. Like, on paper, it looks very good. Like Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn. But then again, you got Russell Westbrook, man. Like, that guy's ball dominant. Then you got LeBron, who's going to want his. Is AD going to be the lone wolf out that causes friction and that lock? We don't know. Like, it has to be seen. I got to see more. Like, I'm not just going to say that the clear-cut favorite because they got Kent Bazemore and then they got DeAndre Jordan, like Dwight Howard. Like, I'm going to have to see it on the floor.
I think
because I've seen this too many times. Like, we've seen this with the Celtics. Kyrie, Gordon Hayward, when we first got him, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. We had, who else did we have? We had
Al Horford on that team.
We had Al Horford. Like, it didn't work. There's only one ball. So it's like, if you don't have a unselfish guys, like, they just got too many. It sounds crazy, but they got too many because the Bucks, to me, they had Giannis. Chris Middleton was he's not a he's a star. He's not a superstar. So he's not going to be all in the spotlight like a Westbrook banging his chest in the camera, like trying to get that, I don't know, man. Like, I got to see it, but right now, I don't think they can beat the Suns.
I mean, we just got to remember a couple years back when
or
LeBron
the Warriors.
James. I mean, I think the thing with me is, like, I just remember the Cavaliers when Kyrie Irving and LeBron James were on the court, and they made it work to get to the NBA Finals. They made it work to be in the NBA Finals, competing their butts off. And the reason why is because they had a ball-dominant point guard. They had a ball-dominant point guard who, yes, he's probably a better shooter than Russell Westbrook.
Oh, way better.
But the thing
and he's a better creator.
But I think Russell Westbrook is a better kind of second chance rebounding opportunity, which is what we saw last season with the Bucks. You can say that. I mean, the Bucks showed a different way of winning a championship. This league is a very copycat league. You're seeing the way that, people, copied the Warriors style. I think the Rockets did that on steroids when James Harden, Chris Paul, and even James Harden and Russell Westbrook when they were together. But I think the Bucks show that you don't have to win that way. They showed that getting more possessions from offensive rebounding leads to more possessions for you to score the rock. and it allows less possessions for your opponent to go and shoot those 3-point shots. And that's where I think the Lakers have done a great job, is that they've gotten so many guys that could definitely get the rock. I mean, Anthony Davis, I think with him, it's more so making sure you're maintaining him and making sure that he's not going to overload himself, because when he does overload himself, we've seen that he's very injury prone. And not allowing him to be on the court really affected the LA Lakers. I mean, we saw basically a shell of the former Lakers when they went against the Suns in the first round. Like, they didn't look like the same team. But when you have guys like Dwight Howard that can get the offensive rebound, DeAndre Jordan, I'm not so sold on that move. It's not my favorite move. I think that was more so to say, like, hey, we're gonna get DeAndre Jordan to the NBA Finals and we're gonna dominate. Like, that's the only thing that I see with that move. But then you got guys like Kendrick Nunn who can create their own shot, and kind of be a ball dominant point guard. Malik Monk, sharpshooter. Rondo, floor general. We saw what he can do.
Look at all the shooting guards they have. Like, that's a red flag, man. They got a lot of shooting guards.
Yeah, but most of those guys are going to be two-way contract guys. Like, Shondae Brown, not really going to see the floor. Maybe Joel Ayayi could. Depends on, what they need. Matt McClung, just another like Caruso wannabe, in my opinion. I do, I remember him in his, Georgia Tech, and then transferring to the Red Raiders, and then eventually going to the league. Apparently he's related to Riff Raft, I think.
Riff Raft, yeah.
Yeah. Austin Reeves, part of that, a good shooter at the Oklahoma program. Wang Zilin.
The only thing I want to go back to is when you said the Bucks changed the way, is look at the point guard they had, Drew Holiday. I mean, this guy was a defensive monster on Booker in the last game. I mean, the game they won to win the championship, and so many other key level games in the playoffs. Like, the Lakers don't have that in Russell Westbrook. He's not playing no defense like a Drew Holiday. Like, they don't have that. Chris Paul can play some D like Drew Holiday in a way, but that's the Suns.
Yeah, but
they don't have a Devin Booker who can go off of 40 and a half. Do the Lakers have that?
I mean,
no.
I still think LeBron can go off for 40, and I think Westbrook can as well. Westbrook.
I mean, see, the thing is though, when you got Westbrook and LeBron and AD, everybody has to eat. Like, there's only one ball. Like, AD, who's going to take a back seat? Because somebody's going to have to take less shots.
Anthony
Is it going to be AD?
Actually, it might be LeBron, to be honest with you. I think LeBron.
Ah, no, hell no. That's LeBron's team. He's going to get his 25.
I mean, he'll get his 20.
Westbrook.
He'll get his 25. He'll get his 25, but I don't think he's not going to need. I mean, he'll go to the line for the most part. I mean, he's going to get fouled all the time. But, I think Anthony Davis, as the three guys that might take a back seat, he might be one of them. He was my MVP last season, or the guy that I thought could win MVP last season. And, when I see him as kind of being the number 2 guy, I could definitely see him, for some reason, any power forward or center for LeBron James ends up being the third man on any team. Like, we saw that with Kevin Love, we saw that with Chris Bosh, and I feel like it's going to be the same way with Anthony Davis now that Russell Westbrook is on this team. Like,
but he's young though. Like, he's not going to take no backseat like a 33-year-old or a 32-year-old Chris Bosh when he was injury prone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's in his prime, man. Like, he's not going to take no backseat. I think
he's in his prime, but he's also like 28 going on 38, or like maybe 30, maybe 33, because like his body just is not able to keep up with the whole season. I mean, I want to look back at Anthony Davis's career, and I don't think he's played a full season.
He hasn't. That's why I was glad the Celtics didn't try to go for him when everybody was like, "Oh, trade for AD." Like, I'm like, no. You do not want to do that. That's why I was saying, I think it was like last month or so, that Jeannie Buss has to try to put that pride to the side and try to get as much value as she can for Anthony Davis, man, because he's injury prone as hell. Like, if he gets another key injury this year, like, he's gonna be a DeMarcus Cousins, like, sad to say.
I mean, they're gonna ride it.
Contract.
They're gonna ride it with Anthony Davis, man. They're gonna ride it with this whole squad for the next 2 to 3 years.
But LeBron's already 30. He's about to be 37 years old.
I mean, they don't.
So it's like,
if they can win 2 more championships out of getting those guys, getting 2 more years out of those guys, she will gladly pay that.
I don't even think this Lakers squad can beat the Warriors in 7 with Clay coming back and
He'll-
Iggy on that team.
Oh my,
Hell
the
no.
disrespect. Come
No,
on
no,
now.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying chemistry plays a key role. Chemistry plays this isn't the bubble anymore. Like a lot of people get it twisted. Like this is not the bubble of AD just shooting jump shots in the gym. Like he's not going to be going off in a Oracle Arena. There's going to be fans back. Clay's going to be back. They got Andrew Wiggins. They got that young boy. What's his name? The center who just got the ACL
Wiseman?
injury. Wiseman, who they're going to develop. Like they got Clay back, man. Like
Yeah, but it's Clay.
who on the Lakers can guard that 3 on Clay?
I mean, you don't need a guard if you can get those offensive rebounds. I don't think Clay. I mean, Clay is gonna be good, but I don't think.
Yeah,
he's
but
gonna
they
be...
got Looney inside. They have Tavon Looney who can.
Oh,
get
come on! Now you're
rebounds.
saying Tavon Looney's gonna be the guy?
No,
Come on now.
Yeah, but he's not like a guy who can snag. But come on, like Tavon Looney could get some rebounds for you, man. Like that's what he did when they won that championship. He was a key component when they had KD. Like, don't get it twisted. Like when he could get rebounds.
I guess,
he could
but
get rebounds.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I think Looney and Wiseman, but at the same
Let me
time,
see who the Warriors got. Let me see, man, because I think they're gonna be back. I don't even think
they're not gonna be back. They're gonna be like 7, 8 seed again. Like they're
oh hell, they were 7 seed. They were 7 seed without Clay, and they got Iggy back.
Yeah.
Oh man, they got the band
yeah, but
back.
you're thinking of Iggy. You're thinking of Iggy of like 20 years ago, man. You're not even thinking of Iggy now. Iggy is like on his last leg. That dude needs a cane to get to the other side of the court now. He's old.
Yeah. Yeah, but listen, so is LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? And it's not always about the play. It's about the guys on the bench, on the plane rides. It's about little stuff like that. That's why they kept Jared. What? Come on. Why would they need Jared Dudley? Every little thing on a team has to click. It doesn't matter if it's the guy on the 10th spot, but guess what? He's the guy who everybody loves in the locker room. And Iggy, I think, is that guy. I mean, he won 3 championships. You know what I'm saying? They got the band back, man. They got Andrew Wiggins who can get 22 points, and Curry who can. They're gonna be dangerous. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that they're gonna be dang. I would if it was game 1 right now. I don't think they can beat the Warriors. What Clay back, what Dre, what Draymond Green, how he was playing defense against him in that what was it, that playing game? Come on.
Yeah, I mean Draymond Green's gonna need that walker soon too. He's looking a little rusty.
He didn't look rusty when they played him in that playing game.
Yeah, but I mean, what is he doing on offense? I basically can just.
But he's never been an offensive guy. He's always been a defensive spark guy. And now they got Clay back. They got Andrew Wiggins off the bench who can get you 30. Who off the Lakers bench can get you 30?
Let's take a look. I believe
or 25.
Oh, any of these guys. I mean, Horton Tucker can get you 25.
Come on, Horton Tucker. Come on. The guy who just does layups, he's gonna get swatted.
By who?
Dude.
By who? Who's going to swat it? Kevon Looney's not doing anything. He's going on the bench pouting when the league.
Listen, when that stadium is rocking, listen, when that stadium is rocking, watch, you're going to see they haven't had no fans in 2 years. You remember Oracle? That place is rocking. So
those fans migrated to the Nets.
Nah, hell no.
They migrated to the Nets. They migrated.
Yeah, but listen, I'm from the Bay, man. They were just in the closet this year because they weren't making no noise. When Clay comes back, you're going to see all those Warrior fans in San Francisco, Santa Clara, San Jose. They're all going to be back there. Season ticket holders at these tech companies, they're going to be there. It's going to be a packed house.
They're going to be there to watch the Warriors lose. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm not a Warrior fan. I'm just saying, like, I know how that stadium, and it's the new stadium. They haven't even played in that stadium yet in San Francisco. Like, Curry was killing the Lakers by himself. Now he has his Splash brother back and Andrew Wiggins who can be off the bench with Draymond. They're gonna be dangerous, man. I wouldn't be shocked if they're a 2nd seed, 3rd seed.
Yeah,
the Warriors.
We'll see about the Warriors. I'm still not sold on them. I know they got the Curry the Curry lookalike in I think Poole is his name, Poole, and they also got Toscano.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. That guy can get some buckets, man. and they like playing with each other. They're real fun. Like there's no team like that that'll, you know, put put their like make circles around their eyes when they make threes. Like there's no team like that playing fun. The Warriors are gonna be back playing that fun type of game, man. I just don't see the Lakers being that fun type of team how the Warriors always been.
Yeah.
Like they got their core back. They got some young guys now. They got Iggy back. Like they're gonna be nice, man. And I wouldn't be shocked come the trade deadline if they're like a third or fourth seed, they try to go after Karl Anthony Towns. Like I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, we'll probably talk about Karl Anthony Towns as kind of our final little segment here.
All right.
But let us know in the comment section down below who do you think is going to be right between me and Tyrese. Do you think the Lakers are going to be, or no? Are the Lakers the better team, or do you think that the Warriors with Tyrese are going to be the better team? Let us know in the comment section down below. Are you team Tyrese with the Warriors, or are you team Bernie with the with the Lakers here? Let us know in the comment section. I really want to know, you guys, because you know,
yeah. You should run a poll, man.
We will. Run a poll. I'll run a poll on the Twitter sphere once I'm done streaming. But that would be a fun poll to kind of talk about, because it would be interesting to know what people think about the Warriors this coming season, and also what they think about the Lakers this coming season. But like I said, let us know in the comment section down below who team you are on.